remix, baby. The remix, baby. The remix, baby. The remix, baby. The remix, baby. It's the remix. It's the remix. The remix, the remix, baby. The remix. The remix.
It's remix time. I'm your host, Larry Spellman. Hey, we out here in Eden Park. Beautiful. And you know what? We got an exciting show. We got rap, reggae, and R&P. Not R&B, but R&P. That's rhythm and praise. Also, man, this show is going to be real nice. We're going to be talking about some issues that we talked about a little while ago, and that is racial reconciliation. We're going to hit it up again, because you know you didn't think we hit it all up in one show. I ain't think so. Also, we got a variety of voices that's coming up that's going to be talking about some of the issues in our community, but most importantly, solutions to these issues, okay? Let's get the show rolling right here. Here's Camp Quest. Get their tents up. Also, Dawkins and Dawkins. According to my time, is remix time. See ya.
Get together, move them up, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate. What up, you do? Get your dance. It's all over, put on the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We gonna practice God truth until we die. Get your dance.
My city yearns the grasslands to find truth, but people are scared to open up areas that define who we are in Christ. Step on those stage, record this phones and ampless mics. While they can't hold their hands up, held tight. We press towards the mark and the calling is sight. Without God, nothing that we do can be accomplished. I thought about it, then suddenly I waste my conscience. Like California to earthquakes, for my state is that of ministry. How you gonna bear fruit and like the roots on the tree? It's the question we bring. Don't be fooled by the artists or the message they sing. Everybody praise God, get your shot on. Yes, I said it. Now DJ, play it back on the schools in the car. Only the real stay strong. And by us being an example, you best believe that it will catch on. You best believe that it will catch on. You best believe that it will catch on.
Get together, move it up, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate. What up, you do? Get your dance. It's all over, put on the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We gonna practice God truth until we die. Get your dance. Get together, move it up, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate. What up, you do? Get your dance. It's all over, put on the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We gonna practice God truth until we die. Get your dance. Who's next? A&P, I catch more. My checks, then you let your spiritual walk get flexed. Trying to be like the next apartment thug. They show you no love. They smoke trees while they sitting on rugs. Even fake hugs. Reach out their hand, I wet gloves. Cause the Holy Spirit got my life bugged with conviction. That's why, man, I roll with fruition. My only mission is trying to save sinners and Christians. Now look at you, walking around with your lip poked out. Camp Quest got an album in your mind, you doubt. Now add this, Camp plus Christ equals famous. Take my mic from me, I move the crowd with sign language. Boy, I guess I said something. Now add this, Camp minus Christ plus the crowd equals nothing. Boy, you push my buttons like I was a calculator. God, let me do my thing, I'ma serve you later. And your later came sooner than thought. While you was at the game with your tent down and it started to rain. My God, together, move it, go, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate, whatever you do. Get your dance. It's all over, put on the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We gonna practice God truth until we die. Get your dance.
See and touch such, TV keeping it burning like Dutch. Watching your girls blush. Jesus be keeping it plush. Your change stay flush, caged up. Now my own case placed up. I keep my page laced up like some sprayed rape paper. I love to take them and afterwards I love to taste them. I'm above these fake ones that live to show love to Satan. And if you want a war, be the first one without the last name Smith. With will, the blurt one, verse without curse on. I heard song, rapidly, verbally, packing heat. In fact, your blasphemies, lacking these tenacity is currently attacking me. My majesty's keeping the world spinning. The small person, I'm ripping pins out of hands so quick, I'm leaving nothing but earth in it. So what? You got against a pen that strikes the earth's surface, bringing an answer to all men. And what? You got against the God that saves the raw and chains them all. What? So get your hands up, get your hands up. What? Get your hands up, get your hands up.
Get together, move it, go, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate, whatever you do. Get your dance. It's all over, put on the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We gonna practice God truth until we die. Get your dance. Nah, I'm keeping up with my folk. To a higher level is our destination. We both know the circumstances come and then they go, that's for sure. But the difference is you sliding while I'm climbing the slope. Don't mean to bust your rubber, knock you down, or even provoke. I'm just a messenger, relaying that there's visions of hope to all the lost not found, and even those who claim to be. Grab your tents and follow me following he to campsite. Now show you right. Throughout the day and all the night, my spirit's prepared to slip into the afterlife where I'll be going. Will you be there? Further up the stairs with Jehovah. I'm making plans to throw a party when we all get over. Sweating it out, 24/7 praise, no doubt. Now campers get your tempers right, head them up and move them out. Campers get your tempers right, head them up and move them out. They asking what I'm talking about, fellas help them out. Get them up, get them up, get together, move it, go, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate, whatever you do, get your dance. It's all over, put off the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We start cracking sky truth until we die. Get your dance. Get together, moving close, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate, whatever you do. Get your dance. It's all over, put off the old, put on the new. Get your dance. We start cracking sky truth until we die. Get your dance. Get together, moving close, put on your boots. Get your dance. Don't separate, congregate, whatever you do. Get your dance. It's all over, put off the old, put on the new. Get your dance.
They may call me hopeless, helpless, senseless, but I truly confess that I'm utterly defenseless when I stop and meditate on saving grace. How memories linger, it's really very plain to see. Lord, you guided me wrapped around your finger. Got me wrapped up, got me tied up, got me wrapped up, tangled in. I need to pray about it, think about what you've done for me and how you always seem to come around in the nick of time to save the day. And I gotta let you know just how I feel about you, Lord, and that's why you got me wrapped up, got me tied up, got me wrapped up, tied up. You got me so, got me wrapped up, you got me tied up.
Like FedEx packages, and it's miraculous when love so strong it makes you start packing this type of heat. Move the thugs on the street that's harder than concrete with these R&P beats, baby. I feel Omega line of Judah plus the El Shaddai, Elohim Yahweh Nisi Yeshua, the great Adonai. I know you're tipping, I come up with lyrical styles you never heard, and English or in Espanol, mommy, that's how we spread the word. Take it from this rap singer, ex-gangbanger, I'll be wrapped around your fingers like the police. Styles of beats got players, hustlers, and addicts acting charismatic. Put down the weed in the automatic. My grammatic fanatic, still guaranteed to get you high like the addict. So throw your hands up in the sky when we rockin', no talking. I'm gone, T-bone, darkin' and dark.
You got me tied up, you got me wrapped up. That was Dawkins and Wrapped Up. You know what, speaking of wrapped up, you know what, that's kind of the vibe that's in the natty, little negative vibe. People wrapped up with their own conclusions and little theories and stuff like that. Well, in a minute, we're gonna check out the kingdom perspective and break down this little negative vibe, okay? We're gonna take a short little break. We're coming back with Christ the Far Right. You know where? Remix.
He's the Lord your God, yeah. In this valley of decision, valley of decision.
The remix.
Remix.
The remix, baby. The remix, baby. It's the remix.
It's the remix.
The remix.
Welcome back to Remix. On one of our previous shows, we talked about races when there's actually one race, and that's the human race, created by God, Jehovah, Yahweh, Elohim. Now we're gonna hear from some people about this race thing, and this is what they had to say.
We want to ask a question. What exactly does the word race mean?
In actual fact, the term race, I think, has changed meaning. I mean, back at the time of Thomas Jefferson, when people talked about race or races of people, that would mean English race or Irish race or whatever. But the influence of Darwinian evolution in particular, it's permeated the culture, has changed the definition of race. And so today, when people are talking about races, they're thinking in terms of, primitive races and advanced races, and some are not as good as others, and some are better than others, and so on. And that's really the philosophy that's permeated the whole culture. Now, from a biological perspective, I studied biology, I was a biology teacher. All human beings are Homo sapiens sapiens. We're all the same genus, species, and subspecies, which means what? Biologically, there's only one race.
Well, according to the Bible, there is not but one race, and that's the human race. We all came from Adam, and I don't think that Cincinnati has a racial problem. Cincinnati has a sin problem, and they need to understand, all of us need to understand, that we've been affected by the fall of Adam, and that the only way to reconcile is to understand who we are according to scriptures. And the differences between us is only the melanin in our skin. If my kidneys failed and I need an extra kidney, it doesn't matter if it comes from a white man, Chinese man, or a black man, or whoever. It's going to be the same kind of kidney that's in every one of us, because God made us all the same.
Now, as you can see, we can make a big fuss over something that is actually very little. We were all created by one God, in fact, right? One God created one race, human race. Where we are the same species. I have a question. Do you see white horses fighting black horses? No, because why? They're the same species. Just think about that, okay? We're supposed to judge no man after the flesh, but after the spirit, content of his heart. You understand what I'm saying? We all interrelated. Remember that. All right, here's our next video, Christafari, Valley of Decision, remix.
Run, come and fall. People take heed to his call. Valley of decision. Valley of decision. This is no game. People have to die in his name. Valley of decision. Valley of decision. Darkness, it looms all around us. I find it hard to see. But I don't know whether I should stay or whether I should flee. People all around me seem take heed to his call. Valley of decision. Valley of decision. This is no game. People have to die in his name. Valley of decision. Valley of decision. Even though I run through the hills and valleys, I fear no evil, cause God is with me. Even though I run through the hills and valleys, I run and stuff and they comfort me. Even though I run through the hills and valleys, I fear no evil, cause God is with me. Even though I run through the hills and valleys, I run and stuff and they comfort me.
All right, that was Valley of Decisions. Check this out, Natty. Let's get deep for a minute. It's time for us to make some vital decisions here, okay? And how can we really bring healing to the Natty? You know what? I honestly believe that we need to take personal changes within our heart to make this thing come to pass. And take personal responsibility, okay? Not just words, but actions, okay? Not guarantee the Natty gonna change. Let's take a quick little break. We got Anointed coming up and more solutions right here, Remix.
The remix. Remix. The remix, baby. The remix, baby. It's the remix. It's the remix. The remix.
Thanks for sticking in with us. All right, we got more information, kingdom perspective, more factual stuff that's going to help bring healing to these divisions right here in the Natty.
If we're really honest, I mean, in this country of America in particular, I'm an Australian, and I must admit I was shocked at the racism that I saw over here in America, even in churches, and the prejudice, and most of it, if we're really honest, is directed at skin color. And that's another thing that people need to understand. There is only one skin color. You know, Larry, people would say to me that I'm a white person. Well, let me show you something here. Look, here's white. If I looked like that, I'd be dead, right? See, I am not white. We have a pigment called melanin, and you have melanin, I have melanin. You've actually got more than me. But Adam and Eve, for instance, the first two people, are probably middle brown. And from middle brown people, see, there are at least 6 genes for the amount of melanin in our skin. And if you have dominant genes and recessive genes and they all mix together, you know, you can be a middle brown color. But if you have all dominant genes, you can be very dark, what people call black. Or if you have all recessive genes, you can be very light, what people call white. But there really are no black people and there really are no white people. We're all brown, actually. I'm very, very light brown. You're darker brown than me. Some people are much darker than you are. And so it goes on. But we're all the same skin color until we get back at that foundational level to get people believing that the Bible is not just a book of stories, but real history, and real science in the present supports the Bible, which it does. Until we get back to that foundation, I don't believe you've got a basis for racial reconciliation.
What does love and forgiveness play a part in this? How does love and forgiveness play a part in this?
Well, that's an interesting question. I guess Jesus Christ said the greatest commandment of all was to love your neighbor as yourself, and to love God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. And, you know, one of the things, I guess, for me, what that would mean, well, a number of things. I think when somebody I meet down the street has maybe some slight different surface differences to me, whether it's in eye shape or the amount of skin color or whatever, that I look past that and look at the real person. You know, I'm reminded of God when he sent Samuel to anoint the king. You remember when David became king? And Samuel looked at one of Jesse's sons and said, look at this man who's strong and handsome and so on. He's going to be the king. And do you remember what God said? No, I don't look at the outside. I look at the inside. And I think, first of all, we've got to start looking at the inside. We've got to look at the real person, who they are, and stop letting surface, external differences cause any prejudice or anything like that. We need to look at the real person, their real needs. That they might be hurting people that need our love, that need our care, that need our attention, people that have all sorts of needs, that we can reach out to them and look at the real person. I think that's what we've got to be doing, being like God, who looks on the heart, not the outside, but look on the inside. And I think that's the love and grace that we need to be showing.
Now, as you can see, without God, there's no hope for peace, love, forgiveness. It's out. It's all in vain. But the good thing is if we do return to God, we're going to have everything that we want. The unity, the peace, the forgiveness right here in the Natty, okay? Here's our next video, Anointed, Under the Influence, right here, remix.
People are talking about the way I'm walking, troubled by the change in my stride. Everyone's asking about the way I'm acting, bothered by the look in my eyes. They can see a difference in my way of living, but they don't know the reason why. I can't wait to tell them what is wrong with me. Knowing the condition, this is my addiction. I need that only God can feel. Once I gotta taste it, nothing can replace it. I've let it overtake my will. I ain't been my weakness, craving it's a weakness. I'm giving into its control. Love has got a hold on me, and it won't let me go. Under the influence, I'm under the influence, I'm under the influence of love. Used to feel empty, now I feel plenty. Ever since I'm drank from the fountain, with the spirit in me and the strength it gives me, a little faith can move mountains. Take my life, use me, Lord, shine your light through me, for all the world to see that I am not my own. Under the influence, I'm under the influence, I'm under the influence of love.
The remix, baby. The remix, baby. It's the remix. It's the remix.
Check it out. Hey, that was a live show. I tell you, did you catch it? I liked it. I know you did. All right. Check it out. I want to leave you with some encouraging words. And that is this, that God created us as individuals for one human race. Understand that. And also, if we accept the Bible as foundational truth, then we can build. And if you can remember that Adam failed, that means the whole human race failed. That means we need to be saved, a Savior, which is Jesus Christ. And through him, man, gonna be reconciled back to God and to one another like it's supposed to be, okay? Did you like that? I like that. Take those encouraging words. I'll see you next week, midnight, Channel 9. You know what? You better be here for Remix.